Welcome back to the channel. My name is Atum Sphinx, and today I want to talk about the future of PvP in World of Warcraft. I've been away from PvP for a few weeks, so what you're watching in the background is me getting warmed up again in the training grounds. While I was playing, I found myself thinking about something that honestly sounds a little crazy. What if the future of WoW PvP isn't other players? What if it's AI? Recently, I watched a video where two people were dueling. During the duel, one of the players DC'd and an AI system took control of the character. Now, I don't know if this was on PTR or if this is something in live already, but it got me thinking. Especially because the AI wasn't perfect, but it was surprisingly competent. It continued the fight, it played the class reasonably well, and ended up winning the duel. Right now, the bots in the training ground are pretty easy. Most experienced players can see their weaknesses immediately. But I don't think that's the point. The point is that this technology is still in its infancy. A few years ago, AI art was a joke, AI music was a joke, but now we're seeing AI generate music, images, videos, voices, and entire workflows. It would have seemed impossible not that long ago. So why would PvP be any different, aside from the last P meaning player? Imagine logging into WoW a few years from now and queuing into an AI arena team. Not one NPC or a scripted enemy. Not something programmed to run from point A to point B. I'm talking about a whole system that learns, a system that adapts, and that analyzes mistakes. A system that never gets tired, never tilts or rages, and it doesn't miss cooldowns because it got distracted. For some players, that sounds terrible. For others, it sounds like an ultimate challenge. Personally, I think we're eventually heading towards a world where Blizzard can create AI opponents that rival some of the best players in the game, maybe even surpass them. Imagine an AI healer that perfectly tracks every cooldown, or an AI arena team that coordinates every crowd control chain flawlessly. Imagine queuing into a battleground where the enemy team is constantly adapting to what your team is doing in real time. At that point, PvP almost becomes a new difficulty mode, a kind of mythic PvP. Honestly, I think a lot of players would try it. I clearly would. As a musician, I've watched a similar conversation happen with AI. Some artists saw AI and immediately felt threatened by it. They felt like the technology was replacing years of actual practice or live performance. But others, like myself, did see it differently. Some musicians started using AI tools for inspiration. Maybe it suggests a melody that you hadn't considered before, or it sparked an idea that later developed with their own skills and experience. The AI didn't create the musician, but the musician still had to do the work. The technology just changed the landscape. I think we're seeing the same divide happening in gaming. Some players see AI and think it's the end of competition, but others see AI and think it's the beginning of a new kind of challenge. But here's the real interesting thing. While I've been playing these training ground matches, I've noticed that the players on my team often seem to cooperate better now than they did when we were just PvPing. The bots aren't difficult, so it doesn't force perfect teamwork or anything like that. But there does seem to be a shared sense of purpose. It made me wonder if something else is happening. For years, World of Warcraft has slowly moved away from the faction conflict. We have cross-faction groups, shared content, objectives, progressions. The old feeling of Horde versus Alliance isn't what it used to be. And maybe that's fine. What players actually miss isn't faction pride. Maybe they miss having a common enemy, something outside of themselves that's not directly PvE. One day that enemy won't be the Burning Legion or the Void or even Scourge. It'll be an AI team that just wiped your arena group out 3 games in a row. I know that's ridiculous, and maybe the AI never reaches that point, but PvP remains entirely focused on player versus player competition, so maybe they'll keep it that way. But looking at how quickly this technology is advancing, I don't think it's a question of whether AI will become part of PvP. I think the real question is how big a role it's going to play. So I'm curious what you think. Would you queue into a ranked PvP with an AI teammate? Would you challenge an AI arena team designed to play at the highest level? Or do you think PvP should always remain human versus human? Let me know in the comments of this video. If you enjoyed the discussion, be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. And if you like my music content, please be sure to check out my many albums that are here on the page. My name is Atum Sphinx. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.